another WILDE, the picture of Dorian Gray. Today we'll be discussing the preface and chapter 10, all the way to chapter 10. So let's get this started. First of all, let's actually discuss some analytics of these things. All I can say about the preface is just a bunch of words, a bunch of phrases talking to us about art and life and how they're connected to each other, or if they should be connected at all. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. But you know what happened next? Well, a lot of things happened next, and, well, turns out the picture of Dorian Gray, a lot of things happened. So basically, we remember the time when Basil actually painted the portrait of Dorian Gray, right? It was splendid and it was awesome, and we actually remember when it was completed. When it was completed, a lot of things have started to kind of change to Dorian. This is when he was first personally introduced to Lord Henry, who started becoming an influence to him. Like, hey, let's corrupt him, so that he'll be evil and forever evil. And for as long as he lives, he'll be evil. Ha 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 ha! Be prepared to spread the world into evilness. Go cooking! It's not working. That's what I just said. Well, that's not exactly the plot. It's not even discussed why Lord Henry wants to be an influence to this guy. And it's not even discussed if Lord Henry even realizes he's a bad influence. He does realize he's an influence. He just doesn't probably realize he's not a good influence. He probably doesn't realize he's a bad influence to Dorian. Dorian, by taking his advice, actually takes so many things that are true to the words that Lord Henry tells him, but also are sinful and considered in the Bible immoral and should be punished for. But then again, society thinks that beautiful people are good people, and terrible and wicked and old seeing people will be like terrible, and they would be liars, more of a liar. Well, it turns out beautiful people could be more of a liar than the people who were dirty. Those people lie for their own hunger and stuff, while the people who lie for their own greed is the rich people. So, yeah. The ugly people probably don't lie when they stop being ugly and start getting some of the ones that they get from the good people, the beautiful people. And then again, that's so much that happened. Then later on we see Sybil, and Sybil is basically a bit like doom, symbolizes the doom, and it has a little bit of foreshadowing for what is going to come to, Dorian. Dorian will suicide, and the play of Juliet and the Romeo and Juliet that Sybil plays as Juliet is actually kind of terrible, and also afterwards results in Sybil's own death. So this is exactly what happened, and it's kind of a short-shadowing for Sybil's death, to be honest. Romeo and Juliet playing with Juliet and Romeo both being suicided after realizing that they originally could not have actually just suicided. That's probably what happened. And another thing that could have happened is also another symbol that could work out, I guess, is that one where, the Yellow Book. The Yellow Book is one of the other things that influenced Dorian Gray, and Dorian Gray actually reads it so much, he buys different copies of the book, bound it with different colors of cloth to match his mood, like, I guess, red for angry, blue for sad, yellow for when he's in the happiest mood, because that's when he actually got the Yellow Book. It's not even said its title, and we don't know, but back then French books were usually put in yellow covers, so we can probably assume that this is a book in French and made by a French person. I mean, Dorian was also given an article that was so ugly that he decided to read the Yellow Book instead, and he should have kept reading the ugly book, in my opinion, the ugly article, in my opinion, because the Yellow Book actually started influencing into something that was more like a, how should I say it, demon. The picture of Dorian Gray has many meanings, and all I can say right now is that so much has happened since we started from the preface. The preface just explained how you could do things, and until chapter 10, chapters 1 to chapter 10, they're all here, and they can all talk about each other, and they can always care for each other too. I mean, Ever since Lord Henrik arrived, Dorian's been acting stranger and stranger and stranger, and all that matters to him now is to have eternal youth and to be able to do whatever he wants without getting caught, even if it means to do something that the devil would do. And whatever the devil does is evil, according to their structure back then. And yeah, I have nothing more to say. So that's my analysis of the preface to Chapter 10. It was probably a terrible analysis, and some of the best experts of the time of my century. But then again, I am a kid here, and I'm still surprised that I'm reading the picture of Dorian Gray. And that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you guys in future episodes. 9 out. Peace.